Why I do what I do. Why do I think spreading free thought is important? I was mind enslaved for most of my life. And I think that a big majority of the planet, no matter what culture or society you come from, most people live and die their entire lives in this mind enslavement. And it's very few people who escape from it. And when people have escaped from it, they become the minority, and their ideas and thoughts and opinions are ridiculed and condemned, even demonized. And sometimes they take it outside their own country, and they demonize and kill other people. In fact, not just sometimes, but almost every time it's that way. Only the governments declare war. Any fear you may have of chaos in society through a lack of government is completely irrational compared to the governments are the ones that go to the other countries and destroy and kill people. The governments are the chaos you fear. They're just taking it somewhere else, but you're paying for it. So what are you really paying for? Paying to have the war not in your backyard but in somebody else's backyard? Taxation is blood money. Trillions and trillions of dollars. That's a lot of freaking cheeseburger flipping. You want fries with that? Why do I do what I do? Why do I think free thought is important? Well, because I was mind enslaved for many years. And for those years I believed in impossibilities and non-realities. And I thought that they were real, just as I'm sure a lot of you think they're real. If you believe in these impossibilities, and you think that your version of some fantasy is the reality, then the powers that be use that to keep you working and paying taxes to pay for their war, to keep the war out of your backyard. So not only are you paying them the blood money for their wars, but you're their total sheep and property. It makes you do it willingly. And you think that you're the good guys and you're on the winning team because they want you to think that. They make it so easy to attack and point the finger at the people who are different than what they're trying to get you to eat. Why is it important to believe in reality? Why it's important to believe in reality is because there's certain qualities to the universe that you can directly manipulate towards a more positive end if you are knowledgeable about these things. And though a few have broken past the mold, the majority of the people who don't know about these certain aspects of reality are stuck within the mind enslavement. And they've been taught since they were children that their prison is a good thing because they don't realize that the prison is holding them back. And the prison is keeping you in there your whole life. And that is the price. It's life imprisonment. As long as the people who are benefiting from your imprisonment are in charge, and they are, you're contributing to the problem. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. They depend on your inactivity. They depend on your non-thought. They depend on your negligence. The things I'm talking about could change your life. They will change your life. It doesn't mean it's going to take a lot of extra effort or that you're going to have to go out and work harder than you already are. In fact, you might have an easier life. You'll definitely have a happier life because it makes a human happy when their virtues are in line. Your idea of virtue has been taught to you by people who are immoral. And they've taught you that a lot of the things that you consider virtuous are virtuous when they in fact are immoral. And nobody comes along, except people like me, to come show you what the problem is with those immoral moralities. Now what makes me so right? What makes me so qualified to judge your morality? Well, as I question yours, you're equally entitled to question mine. And I'm open to discuss all possibilities. That is the definition of being open-minded. If you start getting pissed off or offended, maybe you need to self-analyze why you're becoming pissed off or offended. Because there are some things that people should be offended about. There are things that people should be pissed about. When you're living your life in the mind enslavement, you neglect the things that you should get pissed off about. You neglect the things that you should be offended about because you're either negligent of those problems or they're hiding them from you. It's been my experience that people who are free thinkers have had to learn and experience certain bits and pieces of knowledge to form the picture, the big picture. If you've lived your life inside the mindset of the mind enslaved, you've never even seen a second piece of the puzzle, let alone the big picture. And I have also found that once you have broken the thought processes of the governments and the religions, that it does create a more clearer picture. Things start to make more sense. All the conspiracy theories and all these other things that you think about and fear start to become more in tune with reality, and you start to understand what's really going on. And a lot of the mysteries that you fear are easily solved and easily thought out. You just have to learn to question things the right way. I think that's part of the key, is questioning things the right way. And the right way to question things is continually. I admire anyone who can express themselves, but I'm also not going to sit around and condone idiocy and condone immorality. If I did, then that's what they do. That's what they depend on. And I'm not going to do that. Even if I'm just a single voice talking to a single person, if I can make them see the problem of the mind enslavement, then that's my responsibility to myself and them. Good people cannot tolerate injustice. Good people cannot tolerate immorality. If you do, then you shouldn't consider yourself moral. Chances are you're probably still living in this belief that what you're seeing around you is reality. You probably don't even realize that your entire experience is all inside your brain. These are all just light waves and vibrations of things. Every single thing you see is a concept. And some people are so good at crafting concepts that you can't see the reality that's all around you. I want to help. I want to help you discover the reality that's around you that you're not seeing. They teach you the answers to certain giant questions about life and reality when you're a small child, before you even enter kindergarten. And you grow up not questioning these things. I think of the analogy of the elephant. When elephants are young, they tie them with a chain to a stake so that the elephant can pull and pull and pull, and it learns that no matter how much it pulls, it'll never pull free. So that when the elephant grows up, they can use a piece of twine, and the elephant's not going to pull on it because he already knows he can't get free. This is exactly what they're doing with the human beings. Except the chain you can't escape from is the teaching of your parents and the teachers. So that by the time that you're older and can start forming thoughts and making opinions and actually changing the world and doing some things about it, you've already given up because you've never tried. It's easier to condemn and attack the things that you fear, the things that you think are incorrect, because why? You don't even know why. Because they told you so before you could form your own thoughts. I'm going to try to help you understand. But I recognize that your religion is getting people killed. And so is your government. They work hand in hand. Almost every American soldier is Christian. Soldiers are the people who kill people. They pray together, they pass out Bibles, and then they go kill people. Whether it's through coercion or violence, they're always trying to get people into their ideologies. And with you who are born into the ideologies, they didn't really have to expend much effort. You're doing it willingly, waving a flag saying, "God bless America." I'm trying to show the facts of reality so that you will be in tune with reality and recognize the problems and become the solution. Because the solution really does lie with you and your understanding of the reality. It's time to take responsibility in the digital age and help spread morality, real morality, and not bumbling idiocies that are getting people killed. When I say peace, I mean peace. I mean no fighting amongst yourselves. No fighting with weapons and guns and killing. No beating up your neighbors with baseball bats. No beating up on your wife or kids. I'm talking about no violence. I'm talking about no violence. True peace. And as long as Jesus is blessing the nuclear bombs and Allah is jihading with the tanks and the explosions, there will never be peace. We need to start in our own backyards about improving the planet and become the example for other people. Once you erase all the clouded bars of the mind enslavement, then you should start thinking about putting in the correct informations. I really am wanting to make a difference in trying to save the world and improve humanity. And that includes you, whoever you might be. I'm trying to help you come to a better understanding through the benefit of my experience. And you're welcome to question me about any aspect of it. Just also realize that that is my purpose, is to question yours and to make you question yours. Because once you start questioning yours, then that has been my contribution to the human experience. That is my meaning to life.